Just have to take a quick minute to thank our sponsors, Yellow Dog Paddle, Mackin's Rippin Lips Fishing Trips, NJFishing.com, and 8 Ball Sportfishing. Also have to thank our supporters, Psycho Jigs, Lip Glue, Nor'easter Hardcore Apparel, Toggy Time Jigs, The Mimi Sick, and The Gambler. Hello and welcome to episode number 125 of the NJ Multi-Species Podcast. I am your host, Joe Santiago. As always, my partner, Chris Pereira.
Your entries are getting like low energy. Can you do it again?
No, I'm tired. I'm not doing it again. I am tired. A lot of news. Mayhem. Big shifts in the Mayhem board. Tonight's guest, we're going to bring the Mayhem board up here in a second when Deuce gets it up. Tonight's guest, Craig McGuinness from Freedom Outdoor Guide Service. He's going to talk about Salmon River with us, our yearly argument where Chris says salmon fishing isn't really fishing, and I argue back that it is fishing. I think Craig's going to come on here and side with Chris mostly.
Really?
Yeah, Deuce, if you could pop that up. Real quick, Yellow Dog Paddle. This is up. Before I do Yellow Dog Paddle, I can't even see that. It's so small. But you could see the major changes here in the board. I caught a muskie that I entered, and I caught a freak striped bass. I was catfishing, and somehow a striper, 31-inch striper, hit my catfish rod. I almost shit myself. That got me a point. That moved me from 6th place into 4th place, tied with Fast Eddie. And I get the tiebreaker because of the muskie. I have that muskie now, gives me the length tiebreaker. Now Chris right here just came in today. This is the leading carp, which is put in by Chris Pereira. That is a major strike to Bob Darling. Bob Darling's not sleeping well tonight. Fast Eddie and me are within 2 points of Bob Darling now. He had a good lead, but it's been chipped away at. But so is mine. So
shouldn't we all be working together to try to catch Chuck Manny though?
I mean, that's what we should be doing. Look at all these. If you look up here at the top, all these fish that Chuck Manny still holds, they're all still so beatable. But just
not all of them. I mean, anything's possible, but I
have to pass Darling to get to you, and I have to pass you to get to Chuck. So I got a long way to go, but. Yeah, Bob Darling, who had a pretty good lead there into 3rd place over this one weekend, he took a pretty bad battering. Yeah, Bob, if you're listening, I don't know if he's here yet, but
I felt personally attacked by Bob and Eddie. I thought they were tag teaming me, so I had to go.
Eddie is. I mean, he's posting sniper. You know, he's sniping everything. He sniped my flathead. He sniped all kinds. The flathead, I stayed up all night for that fish. I stayed up, no sleep, and went right to work from the Delaware. Misery, suffer for the fish, did everything I could, got the fish fast that he sniped it, terrible. It's like a sniper shot, gone. It's just gone instantly. It sucks.
Hey, I mean, I don't know. It's fun. It's
No, Kevin, we were not on time. We were on time, but Deuce was late today. But yeah, the Mayhem, we're basically approaching the last 5 weeks. November's going to basically be the last month of it, and then the awards will go out at the Christmas party. But this is still all wide open. I'm going to post this later from our Facebook. Deuce, you can pull this down now out of the way.
I don't think anyone brought a magnifying glass with them to read that.
The biggest change is Greg Wojcik was in 5th. He is now in 6th. And Bob Darling is now within under 1 fish, less than 1 fish lead on both me and Fast Eddie.
Bob, I'll help you catch Joe if you want, or help you spread. Just give me a call.
Everyone else needs to attack Chuck Manny. We all need to attack Chuck Manny.
I can't. I'm gonna end up. I'm gonna fish with him. Like I'm gonna fish for the pine.
That's what always happens. I guarantee Sunday, like what we're planning to do, he's gonna end up coming with us, and he's gonna screw us over somehow.
He's like the most fun person to fish with. I can't
He really is.
Not invite him.
It's the best. He's worth losing points to just to fish with. In other news, Yellow Dog Paddle is beginning to jig the Delaware River. If you want to jig a walleye, especially from the Delaware River, Yellow Dog Paddle has some limited dates left on those Delaware trips. Also, trolling Round Valley, still doing that, still catching the Lakers and the Rainbows and the Browns. And if you want to learn to set up all those lead core setups and bottom bouncers and all that other trolling shit, he'll also teach you to do that in his fishing lessons. So check out Yellow Dog Paddle. I also have to give a quick shout out to Toggy Time Jigs. Eddie at Toggy Time donated an awesome custom blackfish rod to the Christmas party this year. It's the second gift donated now. And
I can just for anyone like, I never heard about, I didn't know he was making rods or whatever. I asked, he made one for me last year. I've used it a couple times, and I can vouch for the fact that this thing is awesome. I mean, he does both. He does them in spinning and he does them in bait casting. I like to do the tog jig with a bait caster, so I had him do the spiral wrap. Even he puts in, so most spiral wrapped rods have, I think, there's like a 3-eye transition. He does a 4-eye transition, so it's like a smoother transition. It's an awesome rod. I mean, I'm by no stretch of the imagination like a tog jig master, but I can tell you,
there you go. If you want a free one,
awesome in your hand,
you could win one of them you could win a free one at the Christmas party. Which, mentioning Christmas party, njfishing.com. Christmas party list is filling up. If you do want to go to the Christmas party, please message me. I am trying to take the people that came last year first.
Did Jerry make the post on njfishing.com yet?
He has not, but he is building it. We got the finalized price from the caterer today, so we're finally able to put a final ticket price on it. So the Christmas party's ready to take off, full swing. Everything now is really booked and in stone. December 6th at the Sterling Elks Lodge, only 100 people. This sold out very quick last year. If you want to go, you got to message me immediately. Please get me a message.
And also, I think we're not going to say no to any donated prizes, but we had, I would say, like, if there's such thing as too many donated prizes, like we were pretty close to that amount last year, I would say.
I was telling Jerry today, saying, the food was so good. I didn't eat. I had no food. I didn't even have time to sit down because I was giving shit out the whole time. It was that crazy. Yeah.
Well, so my point is, we're going to obviously, we're going to reach out to anyone that's donated in the past and see if they want to donate again. But if you're someone that didn't donate in the past and wants to donate this year, or a company or someone that does, have them reach out to us as soon as possible too, so that we can get you on the list. Because at some point, I mean, we got to cut it off at some point. If we went many more prizes than we did last year, I feel like we would have had to just cut it off. Like it was too much. Like I think everyone wins something. It's crazy.
Yeah, and this year, not me. I never win shit. And this year, we're adding the Mayhem awards into it, which will add even more stuff being given away. So, and also Mayhem for next year, what Kevin's basically doing with it is $35 and anyone can join. So if you just join and become a member, if you're just out randomly fishing on a public lake and catch a giant fish, you could enter the fish on Fishing Chaos app, and you'll be able to win. So everyone's saying that, I wouldn't win. You could just enter it and become a member. And John Dorn, I've heard a million times tell me, I'd have no chance. I don't fish for that shit. I've seen him put up like 4 different species that would be in first place in the past 2 weeks.
And besides that, you'll find that, like, let's say you accidentally catch a couple and you realize, oh, I'm pretty close to landing in prize money. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, let me go try to fish for whatever it is that you have never fished for, you haven't fished for in a long time. And all of a sudden you go and you're like, holy shit, I love this too. I mean, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it is fun. Like I said, I've been taking my wife around with me chasing some of these fish, and she likes it. She's saying she's going to enter, so I guess I'll have her poaching my fish off my boat now. I'll have to share with her next year. But it is a lot of fun. And
we're gonna have her take a polygraph test to make sure that you're not submitting any of her fish this year.
She sucks. No, it would be my kids' fish that I would steal. She has nothing to offer. She actually screwed me out of a nice pike on the Passaic River because she told me it was a snag, but it was actually a huge pike chewing on my bait. But yeah, Mayhem for 2026. Anyone's going to be able to join it up until opening day of trout fishing. Then it locks. So after that, you're done.
And Ken, I know you don't agree with this, but I still think we should test it. And I think I'm going to put up a poll, but I'll just say it here if anyone wants to comment. I think not as part of the same contest, but as a separate contest within the same like club or whatever, saltwater. You know, we add a saltwater piece to it. It's separate, right? So your saltwater points aren't getting totaled with the freshwater points. So anyone that doesn't saltwater fish, you could still participate in just the freshwater. But now we have for guys that only saltwater fish and don't freshwater fish. Now they can compete in the saltwater version.
I don't see anyone running that. I don't see enough guys entering it. I don't enter that because I have no boat. But I wanted to add like Fluke to this one. Like Fluke brings all the surf fishermen in. It brings party boat fishermen, and it gives you something to target on saltwater. Nah. I think the Fluke is like the only fish that could be.
No, because there's too many guys that just freshwater fish. That it's not fair to them.
They're going to have to go down the shore and fluke fish from the beach. It's only one species. You're not going to win with a fluke.
No, I think that's dumb. I think you just make a saltwater contest.
Put that to a poll. I don't know who would enter a saltwater contest. I just don't.
What do you mean? Me? I'd love it. I'd have fun. Chuck would do it. You wouldn't do it?
I don't have a boat. What am I going to...
Call John Somalia.
No, this freshwater thing's killing me already. We'll see.
Take it less seriously and just have fun and see what you catch.
I would add Fluke to our contest. That's what I would say. I think that would be cool.
Why Fluke? Were you just picking Fluke out of your ass and just throwing it in the contest? It doesn't make any sense.
I think it's the most popular fish and most accessible saltwater fish in the state. I do.
No. So that'd be striper, hands down.
No, I disagree.
Yep. Right.
I would say there's 800 times more Fluke tournaments than there is striper tournaments. If someone wants to check that statistic,
I don't know, but
yeah, I'd bet you it's that many. It's not even close to each other.
That wouldn't even prove anything anyway if it was. I mean,
if you want to put a vote on it,
look at the shit you post. What gets the most interaction and shit? Is it striper shit or fluke shit?
That's a biased argument because the striper and trout groups have the best groups, whereas like muskie, their groups suck. I mean, the trout groups are okay, but yeah, the striper groups are the best ones.
I think striper is the most popular saltwater fish in New Jersey.
The most popular podcast episode that we ever did, not including Ted Nugent, is a surf fishing episode about fluke. Broad Drive. It's number 2.
Okay, if you say so. Is it?
I believe so, yeah. It's definitely in the top 3.
I think it's number 2.
Think
what passed that episode, wasn't it Tom Daffin's episode?
I don't know about that. I think Roger creeped back up. Yeah, Roger still holds the title, I think, as the number. I'm telling you, they're very popular.
Yeah, but then you're talking about it's been up there longer.
We are having a meeting. So there is some kind of strange meeting Kevin's having with like the meeting of the minds where we're going to discuss this contest for 2026. So it won't just be me and Chris arguing over this shit. There are a bunch of other people also involved that are going to have all different kinds of input on it. I'm going to start to get ready to bring Craig McGuinness in. I really quick want to say 8-ball sport fishing from Point Pleasant, out of Point Pleasant. If you're looking to do a striper trip, Dom is booking his striper trips for November right now. Loves to fish from on mini rods. He does trips after work. Very flexible, very affordable. Me and Chris are using him for mostly all of our 6-pack charters now. He's our new go-to guy. Captain Dom, call 8-ball sport fishing. I'm going to start to get Craig McGuinness, see if he's ready.
Yes, so the striper fishing. I actually, Chuck was nice enough to let me invite 2 of my buddies, actually, my 2 friends that I do the trip with every year. They both like fishing. They don't get to fish a lot. They kind of only fish when I take them, which is like 1 to 3 times a year, maybe at most. And one of a trip that we do every summer. But they see all our stuff with Chuck, obviously, and they mentioned like, oh man, I wish we could go. And I'm like, oh, I mean, Chuck's great. I'm sure he'd let, he let Joe bring Kronk, and Kronk bird nested his reel and destroyed the line on it.
I wish I had of it. I still have never seen a reel explode. I have comments. Powerbait Paul said freshwater's better anyway. Nick Devereaux saying we shouldn't be using hooks for striper fishing. Mark Mercer from Jigging World says Fluke hands down generates the most money for the fishing economy in NJ by a landslide. Thank you, Mark Mercer.
But
I appreciate it.
Is that because it takes more tackle because you're bottom fishing? You need more tackle because you're going to snag. The tackle's more expensive.
No, I think what Nick is saying is right. It's the target time. Like you have a much wider season to go after fluke than you do stripers, which is like a smaller window.
Oh, that's only true from shore.
Well, yeah, we're talking from shore. That's the most popular thing to do in the state is that surf fishing shit that we don't do. But yeah, it's very popular.
Surf fishing is like handcuffing yourself to a pole. I don't get it. I'm going to go on a boat if I can, but.
Well, Roger I is supposed to take us one day and show us. Oh, Matty Fish is here. We knew he'd be here for this one.
If Roger I or Dan Mancini could show me that it's actually better to fish from shore for fluke, I'm all in. But I got to see it with my own eyes because shore fishing just in.
John Britt says it generates the most money because. John Britt said it generates the most money because gulps are $11 a bag. We're going to put a poll up. What is actually more popular in New Jersey? Striper fishing or fluke fishing?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we went out with Chuck. Where
is Craig McGuinness? Why is he not in here?
I'm waiting on you. I'm just filling the dead space. Yeah, so we went out there Saturday, and it just happened to be so striper fishing was awesome right before the blow last week.
Oh, here
then
you
had a blow. Nobody could really get out.
I'm sorry, Chuck. I'm sorry.
They got back at what happened?
We have to back out to get the guest. He's ready.
Well, can I just finish the story?
No, because he's going to leave and then be gone.
Oh my God. All right. So we caught a bunch of giant stripers and but we didn't catch a lot and then it got good again.
That's the same fucking story I've heard about the Time Man 100 times. Caught 1,000 giant stripers. My commercial.
The point was the striper fishing, there was a little 2 days where it wasn't good and then now it's good again. There was 2
days where Chuck was only able to catch 5 fish over 48 pounds. It was very slow. All right, commercial. Yes. All right, I am back with the guest. We have Craig McGuinness, who's been fishing the Salmon River for 20 years. He's here to chime in on the argument with me and Chris. Is salmon fishing really fishing? Craig McGuinness, welcome to the NJ Multi-Species Podcast.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
What's up,
now,
Craig? Welcome.
You're up there right now? You just went up there?
Yeah, I just got up here about 2.5 hours ago, so I spent a couple of days up here fishing, working, and getting ready to close up for the year before we go home.
Now, I know that we wanted you on here because when we had this episode last year, you were heavily involved in the conversation of do these fish actually bite or not. You happen to be one of the people that only really targets biting fish. You're not interested in snagging river fish, correct?
Yeah, listen, I mean, I grew my first time up here, I learned from someone that's been doing it the same way that they've been doing it for years. If you didn't start up here snagging, you probably, I don't know how you started. We all did. I can remember my first snagged fish that ever got, and that's how it is. And it just, I think once you catch enough of them one way, you guys are, it in the ways that you guys fish everything else. Once you do it one way enough, it's like, let's go try and do something else. Let's figure something else. Let's try and get them another way. So over the years, it's just kind of transitioned from, well, if I can't get them without snagging them, I'm not going to target it.
I'm like, I have only done this season right now. I already went up once. I probably won't go up again this season, but this is only my third season up there. I'm only gone once or twice each season. So like, I'm new to this.
Yeah.
And in all the years before I went, I always thought like hearing about it, seeing like what looked like New Jersey trout opening day, stock trout, like times 10. Like I didn't want to go. I didn't care. Like I thought it was stupid. I finally went up there, and the first day that I did it, at the end of the day, after snagging a couple of fish, I was just like, oh man, this is still kind of stupid. Like I didn't get it. And then I kind of accepted it. Yeah.
I mean, you come up here and this is one fishery that the internet, I feel, is just literally destroyed. It is the most barbaric crap you'll ever see up here people doing. Like, it's like you guys, it's like people checked, like their humanity back at the on Route 81 and pulled off Pulaski. And I mean, I saw this year town pool elbow to elbow down on both sides of the river, and 2 guys standing in the head of the pool, and then 3 guys standing up to their tits at the tail end of the pool, casting upriver. So oh my God. On top of a low water year, if you think any fish are going to move or do anything, it's not going to happen. I
feel like they drive from so far. They drive from so far away. They just don't want to go home without the one hero shot. And they'll do anything to get one. Just get one picture.
And listen, at the end of the day, I think, there's a couple things that make our fishery the way it is. You look at Columbus Day weekend, this town will grow by 100,000 people in one weekend. I mean, tackle shops are open 24/7. It's just the economy up here. But if you look at stuff like, Joe, you came up here with your kids. Man, if that's a tradition that you build with your kids, it's awesome, dude. Like nothing will beat that time. With your kids. And I know, I have a place up here. I meet people up here, and, they've been coming up here for 20, 30, 40 years. Back when, crickets are. Did you ever fish here in the crickets day?
No.
It's a bunker
hook. Those are
hook.
just the snag hooks.
It's a snag hook.
I know that.
What, like a bunker snagger?
They call them crickets. Yeah, they're the bunker snaggers. Bunker snagger hooks. I mean, that's what they used to fish with back here, and we had a couple of years ago, I was down at the river, and these 2 old guys, they're probably like 60, 65 years old. They come walking down, and they stand right next to me. I look at their rods, and they had 2 rods with crickets on them. And I look at them, I'm like, are you going to fish with them? And he's like, yeah. He's like, we haven't been here in 30 years, but, we're both getting old and we want to come back like one last time. I'm like, man, those have been illegal for like 20 something years, 25 years. And they just have but that's what they did for, 15, 20 years as kids. So
I wonder how often that happens where someone comes back after a bunch of years and the rules have changed. Because Mark Mercer had a similar story about these like old Italian guys and that like didn't realize the rules had all changed and gung-ho ready to fish like it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Mark Mercer just said 3 years ago he saw a guy using a spoon and a planer board at the Trestle Pool on the Salmon River. Craig, is there if you ever see a guy, I forget his name, he's on Facebook,
and he sits there with a planer board and hot shots for steelhead off the side of the bank, and he drinks big 40-ounce Miller or Bud Lights all day long. And that's his thing. And he hits fish. It works.
That's redneck ingenuity.
I do it early fall. Sorry, Joe. Early fall, I do it with planer boards down like the town pool, planer boards with like K14s or mag lips behind them. And, you might get one or two to fire, here or there. But if you do, it's a good time,
Is there a certain point, like, is there I guess that river somewhere from like 8 to 10 miles long. Is there like a certain point where you would say, okay, this is too high? The fish won't bite up here? Because I've seen guys throwing J plugs like all the way up to the wire hole and even the tailwater. So it seems like they do it the whole river.
Yeah. So this is my theory. The salmon that we have here are no different than the salmon on the rest of the Great Lakes. They're all come from the same stock. They're all going to behave the same, do the same thing. Our river structure doesn't allow for people to skein fish and plug fish productively. It's too shallow, and there's just not enough flow, and there's too many people. Plug fishing from a boat, it can be awesome. If you can find a stretch of river up until, all throughout the whole fall, September, October into November, if you can find a stretch of water that there's no one around or not many people, you can get them on plugs. I'll go fish a section up in the upper river. We'll call it north of Ellis Cove. And I'll catch cohos on spinners, or I'll target them, but I can catch cohos on spinners. And if you ever seen, a coho come, 30 feet off the bank chasing a spinner, it's a good time.
That is cool as hell.
But the thing is, these fish, like, they don't like being molested. They don't like the people, and they don't like the low water. Because there's no reason why I can go 15 minutes north or 15 minutes south of me to fish another river or another body of water that has more flow or is deeper and catch them on plugs and catch them on skein. I mean, you guys experienced it.
And it would explain also why you see more success with things like that, like up in the DSR, like the higher the DSR, you hear guys, they'll eat in the DSR, and other places they're just snagging them. I mean, right? Yeah,
I mean, you again depends on where you are and how you're fishing. I think this year it's tough because it's a low water year. But you can get them to go. I mean, there's guys that are fishing fly rods and bottom mounting, and they'll bite them. They'll bite it. But
can I ask?
I would
Craig,
say
what are like the people in the estuary now? Like I know fish in the actual mouth of the river. Someone's commenting right now about throwing spoons at night in the mouth of the river. The mouth of the river and the estuary are very different from each other, if I'm not wrong. My question is, what are those people at the estuary doing, especially the ones that are just standing on that bridge that are holding line straight down? Like, what's going on there?
It's called a Dunkin' Donuts styrofoam cup.
What is it? What
you're fishing? You're fishing. It's like your bullhead fishing. You're taking a heavy weight or weight. You're casting it out. It's on the bottom, and then you get a floating egg sack. We used to do it with Dunkin' Donuts cups. Put a piece of a Dunkin' Donuts cup on a hook, cast it out there, and it floats up. And those fish swim by. They're going to run right into it.
And what do they run to the side if they hook one? They run off the bridge.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen guys jump off that bridge off to the side. Guys give the rod to their buddy. They'll run around down onto the pier, and then their buddy will throw them their rod off the bridge.
Man. Yeah, what is your actual I'm sorry. Yeah. What's your actual favorite way? Do you like the skein fishing with the float, or would you rather throw?
I think skein's fun, but you get them to hit on a plug or a spoon. I mean, it's pretty violent.
Yeah. See, I've caught them on the skein float really good at Oswego salmon, and it was fun as hell. What did you say something?
I think he's just fighting with his wife or something.
Oh, yeah, Deuce is having a
Yeah,
domestic
Oswego,
thing.
so I went to college in Oswego. So I fished there for many years, and that's one place that was literally just a snagging fest. It was just like everywhere else, and it has gotten to the point where if you go down on that high wall there, and you're not snagging fish, and you're trying to snag fish, the skein guys and the plug guys will actually push you out of there. It's like not welcomed anymore, and it's good. I mean, it's people actually fish for them and get them to bite and all that. So it's. You see both sides of it, Chris. For you just coming up here a couple of years, being your second year, it's like, man, it's like, what is this crap? This is the most barbaric stuff. But it's like you got to see both sides of it. I think if we wanted everyone here to legit fish for them, you would never have enough room. It would be near impossible. Okay. So keep the tradition, have fun.
I will say, I didn't completely finish my thought. I kind of cut myself off, but I will say, after I thought, man, this is kind of stupid, I then kept doing it because I was up there anyway, and I then kind of accepted it for what it was, and it is fun. But also, I was lucky enough to, we stayed at a lodge where kind of the only guys you're fishing with were guys in the group at the lodge on this stretch of river. Yeah. And the other times I've seen the places that get packed. I fished them a little bit, but there are ways to kind of try to avoid that aspect of it, but as far as the snagging the fish, I don't know any better. I didn't know these things really bit that well. You're telling me you could throw a spinner. Yeah. Nobody really, I've heard it before, but not to the point where it's you can catch them like it's regular fishing. You know what I mean? But
you pull into town, the guides, that's what the guides are going to teach you how to do. So you're going to listen to them, and that's what the tackle shops are going to teach you how to do. So
it's just it's accepted. It is, you accept it for what it is and you do it. And it is fun. I could definitely see if you've been doing it for 20 years, how it could get, old, I guess. But I mean, I always say to anyone that I'm explaining this to, I tell them the story, how I thought it was dumb even after, and then I kind of accepted it. And I always say at the end, I say, if you haven't done it, you 100% have to go experience it. If you're an angler and you like catching fish, it's something that you should 100% go check out. It's just experience it. See for yourself. Maybe you hate it and you never go back, but you 100% need to experience it.
It's good for the economy up there too.
Yeah, and you look at it, it's you can go both ways. You can find a guide up here that will put you on fish with a fly rod and you'll snag them all day long. And then there's guys out here that will, fish in different places that will row you around for hours trying to get you fish, And do I have days that I'm legit fishing for them that, I don't scratch a bite? Yeah, I do. I've had those happen,
real fish.
But, when we do get them, and, we had...
See, if I went 2 hours without catching one, I'd snag one right away.
It's hard to resist, especially if you wait all year for this trip that you do on a tradition, right? And then you wait all year, and you're only going to go up once or twice, maybe. Well, yeah, we
don't get to go every weekend. Craig's up there a lot. I get to go twice. How much time do I have to throw lures? I have done it many times at Oswego though. Salmon River, I don't know what I'm doing really with that. Craig, the last question I want to ask you.
You said it's the same. It's all the same.
I apparently it is. I'm learning as we go here. I saw a guy catch one on a spoon, off the beach, seldomly at Selkirk. I was like, holy shit. When I first saw him throwing it, I said, this guy's wasting his time. And then I saw him catch a salmon. I said, oh my God, it's real. But
yeah, actually got the grindstone dumps in right there.
Yep. And they have, I think it's all being rebuilt now. But this is the question I wanted to ask you. It seems like we're talking about the Salmon River. It's basically become like a pilgrimage for a lot of New Jersey anglers that come up every year. But this river seems to be getting more and more privatized every year to where new lodges are coming in and you have to stay there to fish behind it. Now it's getting so crazy to the point where the DSR is closing certain parts of itself down, and like certain holes are closed because they're reserved to the lodge people. They're almost turning into whoever has the most money is going to catch the most fish. I don't like the direction that's all heading in.
Yeah, my buddy was on a business trip out in South Dakota at a pheasant lodge. They do pheasant walleye fishing out there. They have their own helipad there. I mean, the richest of the rich, private chefs, everything come in here. When you first walked in there, they had flyers for fishing places. The Douglas and Salmon River was one of them. That's the clientele that they're trying to cater to. I mean, listen, DSR did a couple years ago where they, a couple of their holes, they did this rotation. So if you're a spay fisherman, you basically start at the top and you work your way down. And once you get to the end of the run, you step out, you get back in line, and you wait to get to the top of the run again. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, to privatize holes and cut them off and have them reserved for clientele, I mean, I think it's just nuts.
Yeah, they're not.
They're already limited on how many people they allow in anyway. So to do that on top of it is just insane.
When me and Chris were up there, we fished a new spot that we paid $20 to get in. I've stayed at the tailwater a few times.
Was it above 80? Was it above 81?
Yes.
Yeah, I know where you went. Yeah, it's a good place. That's them closing that was probably one of my favorite things they did.
Yeah, it was a very good place.
Those are two of my favorite steelhead holes.
It seems to be more and more now that you have to pay to fish in a good spot is what I'm getting at.
It's like, and like I'm with you guys, kind of like I don't like that direction, but in the same breath, I kind of like if it was guaranteed not to get out of hand, I kind of like it. Like if it stayed controlled, where like, oh, you pay $20 and you can fish this stretch here that's going to limit the amount of people in it. And I kind of like that. I mean, do you get what I'm saying? I like that there's sections that you don't have to deal with these guys who are still trying to throw treble hooks and like run away before they see the CO and like snag a bunch of fish and like run away with them. And they're going to like fight you if you cast too close to them and garbage like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you can do it and you can make money off of it, that's where they're going. I mean, I don't know.
The DSR also doesn't allow the killing of any trout, which I do like. You have to pay $110 to fish for a day, and you can't kill any trout. Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of people that are looking to kill everything, they're not going into the DSR for that kind of money. But I don't like how they're closing holes down to the person with the best hotel room now. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn in the middle. Like I think that's going.
I mean, do you know how much they're charging for that? I don't even know.
I would imagine it's astronomical because, like, in the fishing report every day, like it'll just pop up and say, "Oh, the slate hole's closed tomorrow." Closed, like it's the lodge people. It's to the. Are you crazy? Like. I just drove 300 miles to fish that hole. It's reserved to a hotel like what? That seems too much to me. What am I paying 110 to get in here for to fish whatever scrap piece is left over? Like it's too much. Too much.
Yeah, look, it sounds like it's gonna. If it isn't already out of hand, it sounds like it's gonna be there very soon. But
yeah,
Craig, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on here and talk to us. I know everyone's busy. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
You want to plug anything before you go?
Yeah, if anyone is looking to come up here, obviously I don't specifically guide up here, but I know a lot of really good people. So if you're looking to get up and do any salmon or steelhead fishing, now's the time. Get in touch with me, and I'll put you in touch with the right person for it. Delaware River will start. Hopefully, we get some rain sometime soon. It's brutal. This is getting really tough, and we'll start fishing the Delaware in the next couple of weeks here. Hopefully, we don't put holes in the bottom of the boats trying to get to where the fish are. It's that low, but we'll be back at it soon and fishing all throughout the winter. So
awesome. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be enough rain, and they've been wrong the past couple of times they told us it was going to, but it's supposed to rain. I think Thursday, Wednesday, like late Wednesday into early Friday, we're supposed to get a significant amount of rain, but I've heard that before.
Someone's asking, Justin Unetta wants to know from Craig before he goes, do you know anything about Salmon Jesus at Oswego? I don't even know what he's talking about.
I saw this.
Did you see Salmon Jesus walking on the water? Jesus was in Oswego walking on water.
What is this, a reel or something I missed?
See this?
No. Go look at it. Go find Jesus walking on the water.
Actually, I saw it on Justin's post. He's the one that recorded it from a distance and posted it, I think.
Come on. It's real?
Oh, what do you mean? It's not really Jesus. What are you asking?
It's CGI. No, like there's really a person walking on water with hover shoes on or something? Or it's like
there's a real product that has like some kind of like balancing flotation in the shoes. Maybe that's yeah.
He was catching some steelhead too, so there's a video of him catching steelhead.
All right. Well, there you go. Salmon Jesus at the Oswego River. Craig, thank you so much for coming on here, bro. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks a lot. Be good.
All right.
Later.
Take care, bud.
All right. Yeah. So there's a guy who basically kind of agrees both ways. He understands my kind of traditional thing, but he hunts for the salmon that bite, which is very interesting. If I had more time up there, it'd be cool, but I don't. But I have, like I said, I have float. I've gone in the bait shop in Oswego before, and you can't wade in the river. And you ask the guy, well, how are you catching them? Well, they're getting them on slip bobbers 6 feet down with a skein. I've done it, and that works. They're not eating it. They're just like trying to pop it because they're pissed off, but they get hooked.
They're biting it.
Yes, they are biting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, it sounded like to me, like what he said made sense, right? It's the same fish. They're behaving in very similar ways, if not the same ways. So why wouldn't they eat like the other ones? And the only real issue, I guess, would be the depth of the water and like the structure and stuff that he was talking about. But yeah,
when I did that, I will, when I did the Skein thing, because that channel at Oswego is fairly deep. You adjusted the slip bobber by like a foot margin of error, and you weren't catching shit. Like it had to be on the money. If it was where it was supposed to be, you had a salmon every drop. But if it was like more than 16 inches out of that depth, you weren't getting a nibble. It was really crazy.
Yeah.
And the guys at RTV Bait and Tackle knew that exact number. They told me the exact, and they were on the money with it. So there are a bunch of different ways to fish for salmon. Like Chris said, if you've never done it, I do recommend going up there and trying it. It is fun.
And can I add to that?
Fishing.
I just want to add one more thing.
Combat fishing. It's not normal.
If you do take that advice, which I highly recommend you do, try this at some point. Like, I mean, now's the time, right? You still have a couple more, like a week or two prime.
Now's the prime time if you want to go for a steelhead. I mean, if you wanted a steelhead, these next 2 weeks is the prime time of it.
If you take the advice of going up there to try this, especially even the salmon, like even the flossing of the salmon, the glorified snagging of the salmon, if you want to, and you've never done it before, don't just go up there and wing it. You're going to get really frustrated. It's totally different from anything else you do. Even if you're like, oh, I drift, I fly fish all the time. I drift egg patterns for browns, whatever it is. It's different. Like, go up with someone that has done it before, or call Craig like he offered. Take him up on that offer. He'll hook you up with one of his guys up there. They're not that expensive, and it'll cut the learning curve. If you don't know anyone that has done it before that wants to go with you, don't just go wing it. It's completely different than any regular kind of fishing. And
I learned to do it myself, and I probably did it for about 10 years. And then I booked a guide because I wanted to, instead of being, having to park at some parking space and go walk to some spot that's got 80,000 people, you get to sit in a drift boat and fish every hole.
Doing it in the drift boat is awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
I will say that.
Just the $350 just for the drift boat ride down the river and being able to fish is worth it alone without the guy showing you anything. Having him show you anything. So the guides up there definitely worth it. There's so many of them. And like Craig said, the Fat Nancy's is open 24 hours. Some of the other stores they open 4 a.m. Everyone in the town basically makes their living off the 3 months, and New Jersey's a huge part of it. They know a lot of us are from New Jersey. But yeah, the salmon run's a big thing that needs to be kept alive. I have to real quick talk about Eddie Mackin's Rippin' Lips fishing trips. Eddie caught a muskie last night, at night in the dark, while he was walleye fishing. The walleye fishing continues to be very good. He's also catching a lot of white perch, some bullhead catfish mixed in. I think last week he had one trip with one client. He had 11 species in one day on Lake Hopatcong. So if you're looking at do a fall trip on Lake Hopatcong, call Eddie Mackin. He's on them. He's on everything right now. Even muskie somehow. He doesn't usually target muskie, but he's been getting them on accident.
I mean, dude, if you want to fish the New Jersey's biggest lake, Lake Hopatcong, if it's a little bit daunting to you, you got a small boat or kayak, and you want, even if you have a kayak, like a lot of kayak fishermen out there that want to fish Lake Hopatcong, it's daunting. It's big compared to our other lakes. There's boat traffic, things like that. They don't know where to start. Like, highly recommend. Just go out once with Eddie. He's not keeping secrets from you. Like, right, you're paying him to go fishing. If you want to learn, you're going to learn so much about that lake. There's no. I
got to be honest, and I'm not making this up. And I'll probably get bashed for saying this. A lot of the things that I do to catch some of the bigger fish I do on some of the reservoirs is shit that I learned from Eddie Mackin on Lake Hopatcong that I just transfer. Eddie doesn't leave Lake Hopatcong too often unless he's going to like kill something in the woods. It's the only way he leaves. But I've basically taken a lot of the things Eddie's shown me and used it on other reservoirs, and it's just as deadly. Very simple method that he fishes, but it's deadly everywhere. Yeah, so call Eddie Mackin. His commercial time's the longest commercial ever for this guy. It's over now.
He earned it.
Yeah, all right. We'll give him one long one. Call Eddie Mackin if you want to fish Lake Hopatcong. Now is the time. November is the time to go there. Next week, our guest is the president of the NJOA, John Regalo, coming on the night before the election. They basically represent the outdoorsmen of New Jersey as a political entity. They do recommend which candidate that we should support as outdoorsmen and sportsmen.
And can I just add something real quick to that before you keep going? I know some people might jump to the conclusion that they always automatically endorse the Republican candidate. But I don't know the history, but what I do know is when we were at the Deer Classic dinner, when they invited Skillful Angler Award winners 2 years ago, I think at this point, I remember a Democratic, I believe he was a mayor. I don't remember his position, but it was a Democrat politician, and he stood up and he spoke. And, you know, the point is, they're not really party affiliated in that way. There's nothing automatic about what they do.
But he's not coming on to talk about that really. He's coming on to talk about the history of the NJOA, but
no, that's fine. I don't want to get into this argument with people about, they always, it's not true. Like they don't just cater to one side or the other.
And then after that, we have in December the president of the Federation, which is coming on, Wade Stein. The Federation is a huge representation of the outdoorsmen in the state of New Jersey, but in a totally non-political format. So the NJOA NJOA and the Federation they work hand in hand, but one's political and one's not. So we're going to have both of them on here. But the NJOA is coming on first next week, the night before the New Jersey election. I think it's important to hear what they're going to have to say before we go and vote.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure if you gave him a date in December, you did not write it down. So
it's next week.
What?
Oh no, the December one's not written down. He didn't pick one yet. He's going to pick.
I'm just making sure.
That's Wade Stein. Yeah, he's going to pick a Monday in December. Okay. We also have Mike Connery coming, I believe, in January. Mike Connery just agreed to do an episode.
Yeah, we've been waiting to have anyone really from the Round Valley Trout Association to come back on and do another episode. Everyone always likes to hear what's coming up next for them, what they're doing, things like that. What's happening with the reservoir. Andrew still approves of those guests. He wants the NJOA and the Federation on. Is he gonna, Andy? Are you gonna sit there and just type dumbass shit while we're talking to him, or are you going to be productive? No, he'll be serious. He's been serious lately, Andy. I don't know what his deal is, but he's been pretty serious. He probably got bad news from the doctor or something. Now I think Luke's been taking him fishing, and he's been going smallmouth fishing, and he likes it. I'm still waiting. Like, can we please, anyone that knows Andy, that Andy hasn't blocked yet, or that hasn't blocked Andy, can you tell him that we want to do an episode based on the history of things like tackle stores that aren't here anymore in New Jersey, fishing spots that maybe we don't have access to, just like the history of angling and fishing in New Jersey. He agreed at one point to do this. And he did. He used to work at Effinger, over and over again. Didn't he work at Effinger's? Effinger's was such a great store. It's like sad to even talk about Effinger's being gone. It's a great store. Andy, if you are listening, you hear Chris. He wants to do a tackle shop history episode. So that'd be cool. All right, I'm done with this. We will be back next week with the NJOA, the Christmas party. Like I said, if you want to go, hats are back in stock in all kinds of color. The camouflage one and the orange camouflage one are running out fairly quick. The green one, I ordered enough of them to last. But yeah, the two camo ones are going fast. Can I just start before we cut out here? Oh God, I know I thought it was over. Well, no, I was my old school outdoors skateboard that you wanted, and it came to me, and I hung it up here because I liked it so much. Mm-hmm. I'm still not going to give it to you because I like it so much, but I did get you something else that you can hang on your wall behind you for every podcast episode. I actually had it. I have one. I have it because I was gonna complain. Jim Hutchinson, I cannot believe you've sunk this low. I mean, this is the best picture you found here. Dude, look at the sunrise in the back shining through the fish's fins. Who is that on the cover, by the way? I have no idea. I'm going to rip the cover off this to keep it because I save most of these, but this one is, I don't know about this one. Jim, please. It used to be a very well-recognized magazine until, like, I think, my mail came today. I think we should do a bet, some kind of gentleman's bet. If you win, you can have the skateboard for your wall, the old school outdoor skateboard. If I win, you have to frame your copy of the Fisherman with me on it, and you have to hang it right next to your fishing award there on the plaque. What's for the episodes? We have to figure out the bet. I'll come up with something. We'll figure it out. People will come up with something. If Old School Outdoors is watching this, can you make me a skateboard? I'll pay for it. Like, can I buy one? I'll just buy. If you want to buy one, then why don't you just call the shop and order one? I ordered 2 of these things, and they were both stolen from me. Like Chris said, he never wanted one. He donated one to the Christmas party, and I think Max John Dorn won it, and then Max stole it from him or bartered it with him. Okay, but and then the other one came to us to be displayed for every podcast episode, and here it is, displayed for every podcast episode, just not yours. Matty Fish is congratulating me, saying, "Welcome to the club." I don't know what for, though. What did I do, Matt? I didn't do anything. I don't know.
I have no
I
idea.
didn't steal a skateboard from him, so that's not a club. All right, so that's about all I have. You got anything else? You're just gonna stare.
Alexis is asking how many times I'm going to complain about the skateboard. That's none of your business. It's none of your business, Alexis.
In his defense, I brought it up this time.
I was royally screwed out of the skateboard in a story that no one would ever believe to be true. That's all I'll say. I'm done.
Now he's trying to guilt trip Old School Outdoors to making him one.
Yeah, make this a clip and tag Old School Outdoors. My skateboards were all stolen, dude. Come on, I need one. Look at my wall. I got a plastic suffer for the
You're
hung
gonna
up
have
with duct tape.
you're gonna have the current issue of the Fisherman magazine hanging on the wall framed.
I don't even have a T-shirt back there like Krista. I'm all right. I gotta go. See everyone next week.
All right, suffer for the skateboards and the fish.